Recently, I've been listening to MF Doom, and I'm a very new fan of it. I actually really like his songs like Hoe Cakes, Rap Snitch Niches, and of course, One Beer. And I also gained a new light on the Fantastic Four because of him. I never really liked that Marvel franchise as much as the Avengers and such. Considering Doom has his own superpowers, I started to wonder what the rapper's powers would be if he was actually a supervillain. I then expanded on this by thinking about what his curse techniques would be, and that's how I came to this question. What would MF Doom's curse technique be? First thing we should address is Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom in Marvel has the power of telekinesis, self-healing, and just a genius overall. Now while I like this, I'm not going to use any of these for his curse technique. It feels cheap and they wouldn't even be real fitting with the MF Doom that we all know and love. So I'm going to cast this to the side and try to focus on the bigger picture. What would MF Doom's curse technique be? Not Doctor Doom's. I think we should focus on one of his biggest songs, which is One Beer. The song overall focuses on, of course, only one beer being left. I think this is a perfect idea for a curse technique. What we can focus on is the actual alcohol level in the user's system. This ability would be called six-pack. The more drunk the person is, the stronger they become. This of course would be like an advantage and a disadvantage. The more you drink, the stronger you are, but the more you drink, the more you become drunk. So I think the alcohol would be limited to a six-pack of beer, and the more he drinks of the six-pack, the more powerful he would become. Once he drinks all of the six-pack, it would be the equivalent of hitting a black flash every punch. Another technique, or kind of a passive ability, like what Kashimo has when he punches, would be his mask. I think if he hides his face during combat, he should get a boost in defense, making his whole body harder, kind of like metal. This is because of Doctor Doom in the comics. When Doctor Doom gets a scar on his face, he hides it by wearing a mask. This is because he has to be perfect. Doctor Doom in the comics also wears a suit of metal, which is why I think his body would be strengthened. This ability would be called stage presence. And for my final idea of techniques before I get into debuffs, I think you should have another passive technique called Intoxicating Punch. Basically, when hitting a black flash, the person should immediately become disoriented, gaining the effects of being drunk, like stumbling around and being dazed. Now I also think there should be some disadvantages, so let's get into those. The beginning lines of the song One Beer are, "I get no kick from champagne, mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all." So I think that if he drinks champagne, he should lose the amount of alcohol in his system or be given another kind of debuff. Another idea is to kind of level him out. He would be more damageable by sharp attacks. This is because of the song Coffin Nails. And I mean, I just got this because nails are sharp and coffins mean death. So I think this would be 2 times more effective than a blunt attack, and this would be cancelled out by his ability Stage Presence. And finally, Doom's Domain. Doom's Domain. I think that should literally be the name of his domain. It's kind of fire, and I think his domain should focus around him being tanky. So it should put Doctor Doom's armor onto him, kind of like Akari's cursed energy, but as armor. On top of this, I think he should get a cool outline of the cloak with cursed energy. To put into perspective how tanky he would be, he could survive a cleave from Sakuna. I think his passive should become a bit buffier, and overall just make him a unit. When his domain breaks or ends, he keeps the armor for a minute or two. This is to balance his domain out, because if it only lasted inside the domain, people could just break it from the outside and he loses all of his advantages. I think if he would be able to achieve RCT, he would be unstoppable with his domain. Overall, this is all I could come up with. If you guys enjoyed the video, I have others like it. They should be like at the top up there coming up. I don't really know how to do that. I'll do that post editing, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.